Hello, and here. Welcome back to Farming Simulator 25. Okay, that apparently is disconnected there on Pallegney, France. Here, yeah, this is the Pallegney, France map, not the disconnected map. Though we are disconnected here as well. Working on planting some soybeans here this episode. I think the planter was disconnected last episode, wasn't it, that one? And then wasn't the time before it was the cultivator? So this time apparently it was the cultivator that was disconnected here again this time. I don't know what's up with that one. Anyway, got a little bit of a headland to finish planting here. Get this set back up here. Steering assist. 13 meters. Yes, I see you're rolling. Stop it. Stop rolling down. There we go. Okay. Enough of that nonsense. Ever hear of brakes before? Apparently not. Okay. Finished planting this little headland pass here. The hired worker planted most of this field, but was struggling on this part here. Yeah, got some trees around at the edge of the field here, so up here we'll just we'll knock this part out here ourselves real quick. And then we got 2 more fields that need to be planted as well. Shouldn't take us too long here, hopefully, to knock out the remaining fields. Like I said, it should be just 2 more fields, I believe, that need to be planted, and we'll be done planting here for the year in the game. We are joined by the boss baby here again as well, by the way. And then we got a funny little crop circle part to plant over here. That one came from apparently at some point in the past. I must have done a little bit of clickety-clicking with the terraforming tool, and I might have maybe done some clicking over on this field here. I don't remember why or what led to that again, but yeah, gotta fix that here apparently. Yeah, I gotta plant this here. I've already got it somewhat fixed. I smoothed it out the best I could. It's not perfect. And then I had to replow it. Don't know why. I didn't have to replow it the first time, everyone. So it was already a field. I just ran the plow across it and like, nah, this is way too uneven to try to plant. So we'll just, yeah, like I said, go back across this here a couple times, get this knocked out. And then this field will be done. And then I believe our next 2 fields are across the road from us here. Shouldn't have to go too far here, hopefully. Just about got that lined up. Do a little better here. There we go. I'll take that. And then a little thin sliver there, and we'll be done with this field. Yeah. Now that I got it planted, I mean, you can definitely see the extent of the damages, shall we say. Yeah, I tried to smooth it out, but I mean, it's way better than it was. I mean, don't get me wrong. For those of you, well, yeah, I don't know if, yeah, maybe folks don't or didn't see what it looked like before. I'm sure on some point I probably showed on camera me doing the terraforming over here. But, yeah, now it looks like a little bit of a bowl type situation going on here. Before, it was a pretty good mountain, shall we say. I lowered that mountain down and then tried to smooth it back out. Gotta love terraforming in the game, everyone. It's just, yeah. The game lets us do it, right, everyone? But it's not the greatest, shall we say. And I don't know about you folks, but it seems like Giants took a pretty serious downgrade here from the former terraforming controls. I don't know that I'd say the former terraforming controls were any better, but it seemed like they were more workable. I could usually get what I wanted and make it work. I don't know. Farming Sim at 25, I'm making it work just, I don't know. It seems a little tough at times. Usually probably why I just tend to stay away from those things like, yep, no, we can just, we'll just leave the ground the way it is. Something tells me the boss baby might be getting a little hungry here. Yep, there go the toys. Uh-oh. So yeah, we just got these 2 fields left to plant here, everyone. And once we're done planting, we should have a pretty easy time of the growing season here. I've plowed most of the fields, and most of the fields also have fertilizer on them. I think there might be a couple of exceptions here. We got a couple fields that need some fertilizer. And then might be some fields that need some weeding as well, but... Whoa, don't put it in. Stop. Did not want to stop there, did it? It's like, nope, we're going in the drink. Okay, we're back. I went ahead to go feed the boss here a minute. She was demanding to be fed. Oh, where's our steering line? Come on, steering line. Where did that line go? How come that's not showing up now all of a sudden? Yeah, steering line. There it is. Okay, don't know why I had to do that. That was weird. Oh, let's see. Where are we at here? Yeah, I think we were talking about we got these 2 fields left to plant here yet. And then, yeah, not a whole lot after that. It'll be pretty much skip time towards harvest time here, everyone. And, of course, take care of some animals in between time there. We'll hopefully get that done as reasonably quickly as possible. And then move on to harvest. Of course, the goal being, Evan, is that we will have enough feed to feed the pigs. But mostly it's the pigs here that we are struggling with here on food, Evan. The cows and goats and pigs, or not pigs, sheep. What else we got? Water buffalo. I think those are all pretty much good here at this point. I think we got that under control here. Finally have enough hay fields and whatnot for that. I think, anyway. We'll find out, anyway. Reminder here again, this is the first year we actually haven't had to actually buy any hay. Every year up until this point, we've had to buy various amounts of hay and sometimes silage. And, in fact, we've had to buy a significant amount of hay here some of the times. Ooh, I think we skipped, did a little skip there. That's weird. Oh, might as well see if we can hit that little spot here while we're at it. I don't know what it did there. I mean, looks like it just missed. Gonna miss again, apparently. Weird. We're definitely going over the top of that one, so I don't know what's up with that, but doesn't seem to. Oh, wait, we got missing spots here as well. Oh, you know what? No, you know what it is, Evan? It's not really so much missing spots as I think it is the different planting texture here. Let's go check the map here real quick, Evan. Oh, actually, no, maybe it is missing spots. It actually is. Strange. I don't know why. I see it's not plowed, but I mean, what difference does that make? I mean, okay, it's not plowed. That's fine. We got a cultivator on the front of this thing. Which probably, you got to question, like, does it actually cultivate? And the reason I say that, Evan, it's planting and cultivating here, so is Giants actually cultivating and actually planting? Or are they just planting and skipping the cultivating? If I had to guess, they're probably just planting. There's no actual cultivating going on here. I mean, it makes it look good, makes it feel good because you think you're cultivating, right? But you're probably actually not. You're just planting. Still doesn't really make any sense to me. I don't know why it's skipping those spots. Trying to get a good view of it here. You can see we got a spot there. Looks like it's just hit with a cultivator or something. I'm not sure what, but. And if back up here to that spot get missed, yes, indeed it did. Huh. Don't know why. I'm not going to worry about it, but it's just a little bit annoying because, like, why are you skipping? Can these, I don't remember. I think these can no-till, right? Can the cedar portions here no-till? This is the row crop one. Tool requires a module in between and cannot be mounted directly to the carrier vehicle. It doesn't say it can no-till. Hard to say then. I mean, I don't know. These maybe can't no-till. I'm going to go with that is probably the problem, Evan. I'm going to guess, Evan, and you folks can correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I'm going to guess these cannot no-till. Don't ask me why. That's a whole other topic for another time. But they probably can't no-till. And then the fact that even though we have a cultivator on the front, and what Giants is probably doing here is that cultivator is probably not actually cultivating, if I had to guess. I mean, that cultivator is planting. We discussed this here, I think, a couple episodes back. On this type of setup here, the way Giants is doing it, there's probably no cultivating. It's just all planting. So that cultivator's planting, and we can prove that. I mean, I've shown that before. I won't bother to hear again this episode, but if you stop, just stop in a random spot here, lift up, you can see there's planting going on at the cultivator front, and then there's planting going on, well, by the planter. I mean, that makes sense, right? That was a dirty windshield. Anyone ever wash that thing? I mean, come on now. Really? Let's see. Let's here. Rotate this here a little bit. No, I did not mean to move course play. I always like to keep that kind of right down in that region there if I can. Speaking of course play does have another window up here. I gotta remember how to get rid of that again. Slide it up there, and it's out of the way for now. I think there's a way to turn that off if I remember correctly. Probably should. Don't remember what that window does here again off the top of my head. I think it show the hired workers or something like that. And when I say hired workers, it shows courseplay workers, which probably actually wouldn't be a half bad idea. Then I know what some of my courseplay workers are doing sometime. Like, hey, they stopped or they're stuck somewhere for some reason. I think that's what that's supposed to alert you about. Yeah, I don't pay attention to that. I don't know if we'll quite get both these fields planted here. Turning the wrong way? I guess I am. For those of you who have this mod, you'll know what I mean when I say this thing's interesting to drive, shall we say. And by the way, just a reminder here again, this mod does come as part of the Season 1 pass here. That also includes the Plains and Prairies DLC. And I forget if is there one or two more DLCs coming yet. I'd like to say it's two more. Maybe it's just one more one. And of course, the last, I think it'll be the last DLC anyway, will probably be the big one. A reminder here again, Giants typically releases one big DLC per year. And when I say big DLC, usually it includes a good plethora of equipment and then a map as well. So I believe the next, I don't know if that's the next DLC, if there's one more yet. I'd have to go check their roadmap here again. I don't remember off the top of my head of one, but if someone happens to know, throw it down in the comments there. But yeah. Later this fall, we should get a big DLC that, like I said, will include a map and then, yeah, usually a good amount of equipment as well. So curious to see what equipment that'll include. The last DLC was, I thought, a pretty good one in my opinion. The Plains and Prairies there. I was pretty excited to see some of that equipment, tractors, and the various pieces that came with that. Some of the bigger tillage tools as well. This game was definitely lacking in some of that stuff there, if you ask me. Quite severely, in my opinion. It typically seems like it always is, right, everyone? I don't know why it is, but you get the game, everyone. You go to the cultivator category. I think I've shown this before. Where's our cultivators here? You know, cultivators. You know, we got, what is this? 3-meter cultivator. We got a 4-meter. Another 4-meter. Another 4-meter. Another, now 5 meters. You know, within, the first couple ones here, we got like a half a dozen. It's actually not as many as I thought there was here this time around. But there's like a half a dozen cultivators that are between 3 and 4 meters, right? Actually not as many as there was last time. I think last time there was like 2 rows of them or something. Yeah, we get all kinds of 3 and 4 meter cultivators. Lots of 3 meters, right? But then when it comes to the bigger stuff, there's 1 or none. Yeah, again, as I said before, comes a lot of it down to the European farming side of things, I believe. Where, over on the European side of farming, I guess 3-meter equipment is like common. Don't ask me why. Doesn't seem like it should be, but apparently it is. Okay, one last pass, and then this field will be done. Oh, no, never mind. There's more. There's more. I thought we had one more pass. Looks like maybe 2 or 3 more passes. Then we'll hop on to the next field, which is right next to us. That one, I think, is, I'd say that field's a little bit bigger. Not a whole lot bigger, but we might not quite finish it here this episode. Speaking of other work, I don't think there's really any other work going on here on the map here at the moment. I think I've got everything else done here as far as I know, at least for now. Once we skip to the next month, we will have a couple of things to do here. Like I said, probably some fertilizing and weeding and such. And then, of course, check and feed the animals as usual. Again, that's one of the things when you're animal farming, Evan. Like every month, gotta check the animals, gotta feed the animals, gotta make sure this is lowered. Why are you not lowering? There we go. Somehow I had the carrier unit selected here as opposed to the planter, or I don't know if it matters if it's the planter or cultivator. Just one of them needs to be selected. Yeah, there we go. Soybeans again, by the way, I guess I didn't really mention that, Evan. These are going to be for the pigs as well, I figured. Advantage of, say, sunflowers versus soybeans. I don't know that there's really an advantage of one. As far as I know, Giants has them all balanced out. Soybeans, of course, having a lower yielding crop, a much more expensive crop as well. But to my knowledge, lower yielding, it does actually last longer for the pigs. So, 1,000 liters of soybeans last longer than 1,000 liters of sunflowers, to my knowledge. Unfortunately, there's no option like that for corn. Corn's kind of like the only one there, right? So, oh, come on, steering. You're not going to update. Why is this being so stubborn here, Evan? Next field. Oh, it's still on that. What in the world? Really? That is super annoying. Fine, I'll drive myself. Terrible. Terrible, I'm telling you, folks. I have to drive myself here. That's just not right. Hoping once we get past this edge here, just because we're right here. Maybe that's why. Definitely seems like Giants has a few bugs they maybe need to work out on their steering system here yet. Oh, at least it's way better than it used to be, Evan. Way better. Well, actually, I mean, steering, like, in general, did not used to exist. Had to rely on mods for that, but I'm talking kind of about the hired worker portion there. At least the hired worker portion of the steering here is, like, light years ahead of what Giants used to have. Okay, it's time to switch fields here now. There we go. Okay. I guess I just thought we were a little too close to the other field there. And like, nope, we're going to stay on that field. I don't know. Okay, and I just realized that when I was like, you know what, we can now read some comments here a moment. I do not have my iPad with me at the moment, so yeah, so much for that. But with that being said, reminder, Evan, if you haven't clicked that subscribe button, don't forget to do so. Always very much appreciated. Yeah, better back up just a little bit. We overshot that. There we go. That'll work. As always, if you like the videos, Evan, don't forget to click the thumbs up icon there. Very much appreciated. And if you'd like to join us in on our multiplayer servers, you can find our multiplayer server information down below in the description there. Again, anyone is welcome to join as long as you can play nicely and follow the rules. And as I've mentioned, everyone, there haven't been any live streams here the past 2 weeks. I was sick here the previous week, and then this week here running sound for VBS. So, yeah, unfortunately, I have not had time at night to live stream here, but hopefully next week, Evan, we'll be back to live streaming here on a regularly scheduled timing and all that good stuff. Oh, wow. It's actually going to take us all the way right around that turn. Wow, I would not have thought would have gone that tight. Yeah, it's going to make us turn here, though, isn't it? Okay, that's fine. A little bit foggy out, apparently, this, I was going to say this morning. It's, we're 1,700 hours here. Okay, that was at 5 o'clock at night. We're actually getting towards the evening here in the game. Apparently the fog is rolling in here or something. I guess I haven't noticed the fog here a whole lot on this map up into this point, everyone. Just down through this river area here. Compared to the previous map we played on there, everyone, the Asian map there, where, yeah, it seemed like that map was, like, just constantly foggy. Like, oh, my goodness. There were a couple fields that were really bad. For those who remember, kind of down by our main farmyard, there was 2 fields that we combined into one. That one was always really bad, it seemed like. I don't remember what the field numbers on that one were again. But on Hutan Pantai, on the Asian map that comes with the game. Oh, we don't have any missing spots here for some reason. I don't know what was up with that one. I think both fields are plowed by the hired worker, I believe, so... Oh, let's see here. Yeah, making good progress, Evan. Making good progress. I like it. Like I said, I don't know if we'll quite finish this episode, but we'll be really close. I don't plan on using this for the next map, by the way, for those of you wondering. We use the next here for this map, and then, yeah, we'll definitely be a retirement here for the next map. We'll probably be going back to regular farming equipment. And actually, speaking of regular farming equipment, I definitely want to make use of some of the newer tractors here. Yes, I'm eyeballing this row right here. Doing this row here, too, maybe. Got the big old Roy tractor there. I'll have to maybe see what's about breaking that out. And they call it the Big Roy tractor. And I'm sure back in the day, this probably was a really big tractor. But now, 600 horsepower, it's kind of lame. It's actually pretty good by today's standards, yeah. But still, it's not really that big by today's standards, though. 600 horsepower. Yeah, easy. Go talk to the John Deere 9R830 there, pushing nearly 900 horsepower, I believe it is. Now that's a big tractor. Okay, one more headland pass. Seems like we should have some other work to do on here. The last couple episodes have been pretty busy as far as various things going on the map here, but I'm trying to think and look around here like, yeah, we're just, we're getting these last 2 fields knocked out and we're done. Don't have any mowing or anything like that needs to be done. The animals should be all taken care of. Don't have any other field work that needs to be done that I know of. Which, by the way, for those who've seen the map here recently, yeah, we own quite a few fields here at this point. I was never planning on getting too heavy into the crops here on this map, and still really wasn't. But, yeah, the pigs are kind of forced in our hand here. Again, my goal is to kind of try to be able to feed the animals with their own feed as much as possible. So hay and straw and silage and Obviously, all the stuff that the pigs need. But yeah, we got all these fields planted in corn. Everyone, is that gonna be enough? Probably not. Probably still not enough. I don't know. Maybe it is. We've got. So last time around, everyone, we had field 29, 30, and then 47. This time we got this entire section. Plus we got 41, 40, 39. And then we also have 36, 37. Yeah, pretty much 36 through 41 all planted as well in corn. Now, keep in mind they're not the biggest of fields there, but I feel like we got quite a bit more corn planted this time than we had last time. And we also got sunflowers as well. We got 2 big fields of sunflowers. And we got 3 fields of soybeans here. So should have plenty of pig feed, I'm hoping, everyone. Now, with that being said, Evan, I don't know that we'll ever actually get around to the point of actually testing that out, Evan. Again, my intentions are, Evan, once we finish up with the harvest, I do plan on kind of wrapping it up here for this map. So we might not ever actually get to the point of actually like, hey, we actually do have enough feed. Because, like I said, we're going to wrap it up. So we might not actually ever end up testing that. But, of course, there's a little section right there. Okay, that should be good. And then we can start on the up and down lines here. Oh, then we got to go all the way up here to get to the next one. And it's nice having the game kind of like highlights, you know, which ones have been finished and which ones haven't. Obviously, the brighter white ones are lines we have not done yet versus the lighter, we'll just call it lighter white. I don't know if it's really kind of a gray, whatever it is. Those lines have obviously been done. Now, the way the game registers that, of course, Evan, by the way, is just as soon as you activate that line, it changes it from one that hasn't been done to one that has. So just, you know, like if I was to activate, well, it's not, like if I was to activate that one, well, we can do it. Now we back up and get off it. Oh, it actually didn't. Oh, because I didn't actually get on it. Okay. Maybe you have to steer on it just a little bit. Or possibly I have to have the planter turned on. I'm kind of curious here now. I think they might. Oh, yeah. Okay. You just got to move on the line a little bit. Just activating it by itself is not enough. I mean, you do actually have to, like, move just a little bit. Now, we didn't move much. I went, like, just a little move there and, like, yep, okay, that line's been done. Obviously, it hasn't been, as you can tell, but. Oh, speaking of being down the oven, looks like it is time to wrap it up here for this episode. So on that note, you folks have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them down below. And as always, thanks for watching. Till next time.